Hey everyone, I just finished a nice long Facebook chat with una amiga, a female friend of mine, a colleague who also works in tango. And it just so happened to be the exact same chat I had last night on WhatsApp with another female colleague. The topic was what to do when you don't have a dance partner, how not to fall into the tango blues, or the tango partner blues, as I like to call it. How to avoid that sense of impending doom, or that sensation of spinning your wheels, as well as how to continue feeling like you're making the most of your time, and how are you improving your dance as best possible. And the reality is, as we all know, it takes two to tango. It sounds silly to say that, it sounds very cliche, but it's so true in so many ways. And when it comes to practicing and improving, two heads are better than one. Dancing as a couple is much more productive. You can improve your dance in so many ways: technique, musicality, embrace, just everything really. And here in Buenos Aires, and I'm sure it's much the same in the diaspora, as we like to call it, the tango communities outside of Buenos Aires, finding that dance partner, finding a dance partner at least, is really difficult, complex, and often frustrating. Oftentimes frustrating. It comes down to, how do I get along with this person? Are they patient? Do they always blame mistakes on you? For women, does the guy really want to practice with me? Or is he just trying to pick me up? Chamusharme. Is it just a chamucho? I mean, that's a thought that goes through many female dancers' minds. And then, do we enjoy the same teachers, their same styles? Do we dance using the same dialect? How open are we to meeting in the middle? Maybe finding common ground, a common dialect within our dance? How dedicated is that person to actually wanting to practice? Or would they rather just hang out at Milonga all night and then be too tired to even make it to the practice session, the ensayo, the next day, or show up completely destroyed from too much dance, too little sleep, too much champagne? Could be many things, even a combination of everything. And that's very frustrating here in Buenos Aires. You would think that, here in Buenos Aires, there's so many people to dance with, so many people want to practice. And there is. I mean, there's tons of dancers, but not everyone's really dedicated to practicing, to doing what it takes to improve. You do have, folks from there who come from a classical ballet background or contemporary modern dance background, who already have that work ethic instilled in them from a young age. But not everyone comes from that kind of background. To be honest, some of the hardest workers in tango are people from abroad, because you've invested so much time and money and maybe put things on hold, maybe even sacrificed certain aspects in your life to come here just for tango. But here in Argentina, you'll find that oftentimes the hardest workers in tango are the people from the provinces, from the interior of the country, quite far away from the capital, Buenos Aires. Because those people, in many ways, just like we foreigners living here in Buenos Aires, they've traveled a long way. They don't have any support system or family here in the capital to help them if things fall through, if they hit a bad patch and they're without work, or they're having trouble paying their rent. It's do or die for them. They either gotta make things work, or they gotta head back to their hometown where maybe there isn't tango, or there's definitely no professional avenue in tango. So those folks really work their butts off to make it here in Buenos Aires. And there's a lot of competition, so you either need to be good at what you do, or you're going back home. I suppose it's the same with Broadway in New York. I mean, you've heard lots of songs or lots of cliches, expressions about Broadway and Frank Sinatra. If I can make it here, I can make it anywhere. That's pretty much true here in Buenos Aires as well, because the competition is intense. The opportunities are there, but the pay is lower and lower every year, because you have more and more competition, more and more people trying to make a career out of tango. And to make a career out of tango, more or less, you need a dance partner. And I'll talk about la pareja, the dance partnership, in a future video or in a written blog post. But let's just say it's a lot easier to improve when you have a steady dance partner or dance partners. And if you can dance with several people, at least practice with several people, and hopefully you can call them your friends, you're practicing every day, and that's huge. And I did that for a while as well too. With people who were more or less the same level as me, maybe a little lower, maybe even a little higher. But there was girls who enjoyed practicing me because A, I was a hard worker, and B, probably even more importantly, I never hit on them. I was very shanky, very, very American, and it was business. Time is money, and I was there to work hard and to put in the sweat and hours into practicing. So both of my amigas, my female friends, are going through this rough patch. They can't seem to find a dancer that meets all their criteria, and they're not being that strict. Just someone who actually wants to improve, who wants to work hard, to earn money, to pay for classes, to take private classes, to actually practice what they're learning in those classes, not just go to milonga every night and party, or milonguear. And then also, they're both tall. They're my height, or actually a little taller with heels on. I've tried dancing with both of them, and they're just a wee bit too tall for me, or I'm too short for them. And I do wish I could wear shoes with taller heels, because they're really hard workers and wonderful people to work with. But así la vida, c'est la vie. So they're trying to find taller guys to dance with. And we all go through that. We all go through that rough patch where you just can't seem to find a dance partner or even a practice partner. And I remember when I hit that patch, a good friend of mine, he gave me the medicine that I needed exactly. There was no sympathy. There was compassion, because he'd also gone through it, because we all go through it in tango. But he just told me straight up, Glen, it takes two to tango, but it only takes one to practice. It only takes one to improve. But that comes down to you and your dedication. No excuses. You can either sit there and mope and watch Netflix, or go out and drink a beer, or you can practice during the day, you can practice in the evening. You might be tired from having to dance on the street with a girl who doesn't really dance well, or you don't enjoy working with for 6 hours, and you can come home and feel tired and mope and complain about your situation, or you can do something to change that situation. And in tango, that means practicing solo, doing your exercises. And that was the greatest advice anyone could have ever given me. I owe him for everything I've accomplished so far because of that advice he gave me. Funny enough, he gave the same advice to a former dance partner of mine later on, once we had stopped dancing together, she was down in the dumps. She was suffering from those Tango partner blues. And he gave her the exact same advice. And wow, I mean, you saw a complete change in her attitude, on the dance floor, in the milongas, in the classes. You could tell she was working hard. And not just by how much her dance improved, but how much her attitude improved. And yeah, more and more guys were asking her to dance in milongas and commenting on how her dance was, and she was getting more and more guys to propose that they practice together and to really practice together. It wasn't just those chamuchos where, hey, let's go back to my apartment and practice at 9 p.m. or how about after the milonga, which is, you hear that chamucho, that pickup line a lot. But no, I mean, these guys actually wanted to practice with her and improve and find work with her dancing. So that's my advice to everyone. Obviously, maybe in your situation, you're not looking to become a professional dancer, at least not yet. You just want to improve. You just want to get more tandas. You want to dance more. Maybe you do want to start focusing more on improving your tango in a more dedicated or even professional manner, but you can't find that dance partner. So what can you do? Practice. Worry about what you can change. Your own technique, your own posture, your own musicality. For women, your adornos. For your men, your weight change, your dissociation. For women as well, dissociation is very important. But for us men, it's also important. Practice pirouettes because it helps your balance. Practice dancing waltz. Practice dancing milonga. Try to understand how each dance, tango, milonga, and waltz is danced differently. Try to understand better the different orchestras and their musicality in tango. Try to explore the three major kinds of milongas. See if you can notice them, pick it up with your ear, and then see if you can dance it. Try to find the African, the Afro rhythm in tango, in milonga. There's so much you can practice on your own. It's just a matter of not feeling sorry for yourself and saying, hey, I'm going to put in my time today. I'm going to sweat, and when I finish, I'm going to be a better dancer. And it's, day after day, it's all about repetition, consistency, and dedication. And I guarantee you will find that you're dancing better in the milonga with everyone you dance with. And once you do find a dance partner or a practice partner, maybe just a friend who also wants to improve, and you happen to meet each other in the milonga, and you decide, hey, we're going to get together and practice X number of days a week just to improve our tango and to enjoy it more, you're going to see a lot more rapid improvement because your tango, your dance, your technique is already more solid from your own hard work. Once again, I'm going to make that comparison to language learning and learning tango. As a former school teacher, you don't always need to be chatting in front of someone or chatting with someone live to improve your language skills. Obviously, it is probably the best method of improving your language ability. That's why so many people will pay me money for the language lessons I also offer here, because it is the best method. But my friends who don't have enough money to take a class with me, I'm more than happy to tell them or to share with them the exercises they can do by themselves, the tools they can use by themselves on their own to improve their language skills. And that way, when we do have that class, one-on-one or two-on-one, their language skills are better, and they get more out of the class because they've already done their homework. They've already done the hard work on their own, practicing solo. So that's my advice to you. if you find yourself in the Tango Partner Blues, don't despair. Just remember that it takes two to tango, but it only takes one person to practice and to improve. Focus on that, and sooner or later, you will find a practice partner, especially if you dance very well. And the best way to make sure that you don't get rusty or that you don't stagnate is to do your homework solo, by yourself. Please feel free to comment below. Don't forget to push me gusta, like, down below. And please feel free to visit my blog and my website anytime. Like me on Twitter, on Instagram. And I hope to see you guys someday soon in Milonga. Ciao. Hasta luego.